ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome back to another live Sunday edition. Sunday edition of ONYXCON. We in full effect. We are in full effect right now. I got a little story for y'all later, but I'm waiting on y'all to get up in here. You know what I'm saying? This is just a filler. This is my new format. I talk as I know people they might be the one in a million. You never know who that one is. That's part of my story. You never know who that one is. That you might be looking, man. You never know. Ladies might come on here and see your brother. You never know, man. You never know. You really don't know. You have no idea when you see them numbers pop up. Oh, one person, why you don't know who that is. You don't know what they're from, where they're from, who they might be, and all that. You gotta find out slowly. We're gonna talk about chance today. We're gonna talk about chance with relationships. You know what I'm saying? Relationship goals in the art life. A lot of chance options and situations and things. It's one of my favorite topics. Y'all ain't heard me talk about it before, being an artist and everything that I do. But yeah. Before I get into that, I just want to thanks to the monetization nation. That's all of you who subscribe. That's all of you who like. That's all of you who gonna be up in here in a minute putting them thumbs up. You know what I mean? That's the people. That's the real ones. That's the ones that make it do what it do daily. There go my first one. Salute yourself. You are the first one. I'm giving you these hands, so you give me one of these, and that's how we trade off. But that's how we do reciprocation here. I appreciate you. If you can hear my voice right now, hit that button. Yep, there they go. That's how you know they're not real. But it's all good. It's all good, baby. They can't all be real. We only looking for the best of the best. I did statistics a long time ago based on my numbers, and this is way before we got to where we are now with almost 4,000 subscribers. 3,500 plus. Come on, somebody go yell it on the mountain. I said 3,500 plus, baby. That's us. That's ONYXCON. We in there. We rolling like that. We like a freight train that can't stop. You understand? Thumbs up in the building. There they go. There go the monetization nation. I knew they were coming through sooner or later. But when I tell y'all, every day is like a new day of a it's all possibility. It's all chance. It's all chance, people. 5 in the building. Let's get some more thumbs up. Get them lights going. I'm gonna keep saying it till it happens. You understand? But I got a story to tell y'all. Like I say, today's story gonna be dealing with. I'm gonna tell a story and then I'm just gonna talk. I might go on a tangent after that, but I'm gonna tell this story real quick. So y'all know I do a thing called Relationship Goals in the Art Life. This is a multi-niche channel. We all about the art life. We all about living your best creative existence. Okay, in every aspect of being. Okay, we about arts. We about creativity. We about thinking outside the box. We about getting out and being about if and when we can. You know what I mean? Most of the time I'm in the car. Like today, I'm rolling. I gotta do work. What's up happening? What's happening? Everybody coming in. Everybody want to say a little something. Let me make it clear too about that. Gotta be a subscriber if you want to hit the chat. I just hit the buttons. That's what it is. Now, if you're a subscriber, keep chopping it up with me. I appreciate you. Just keep it respectful. If it's anything else, real quick, real quick. We don't do timeouts. I'm gonna give you a timeout. It's a grown folks channel. We ain't playing. We not playing. So anyway, back to my story. Right. I was doing one of my orders. Get my vest ready for when I gotta get out and do the thing. You know what I'm saying? This is the flag of all the blue collar workers, all the fluorescent vests and other fluorescent clothing. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to all the folk grinding for theirs. Everybody grinding for theirs. If you ever wore one of those in your life, anything that had to have safety, reflection, yeah, you understand. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, so I was in one of my stores I had to shop at regularly. And I hate shopping orders. I really do. There's two types of orders, Gerald. You either gonna get a lot of boxes and baggies, which are my favorites, and it's like playing. I always say it's like playing Family Feud. You slap the button. It's like you be looking at your phone waiting for an order. You see the order, and somebody else done hit it before you. So I lost this 50 something. Damn, even just to say it out loud. Damn. It was like 25 an hour. It was like $54. It was more than that. It was about $27 an hour. It was like $54, y'all, and some change or something like that. That thing came and went. I'm talking about as soon as I could focus on it. Does that say what I think it? And I'm hitting it. Nope, it's gone. So anyway, missed that. Whatever. Waited for another little regular common size order. All right, whatever. At least it's a decent something something, But it's like I hate, but it's shopping. Whenever you shopping, man, if you like me, man, shopping becomes like it's like another form of drive. It's like driving in traffic. There's so many damn people in the grocery store. Especially on a Sunday. On a Sunday, come on, everybody go on Sunday, right? Let them folk out of church. They go. I mean, if they went, if that's their thing. Cause I ain't no, I'm not religious, but so I mean, it don't even matter what time you go, but it gets more after like 11 a.m. Of course, at well 11 a.m. service. So like one or two, I'm saying, like they be up in there. They be in there deep. And the elderly community, shout out to all my elders, they gonna be in there deep just because that's their store. You know, they gonna be in the Wally world, and so everybody moving like molasses, you turning aisles. Excuse me, I'm sorry, pardon me, excuse me, doing all that, right? So I'm in the produce section. This shit here, man, this reminded me of old school. This is how it used to be. Y'all ain't gonna understand nothing I'm talking about right now, because this don't even y'all not gonna understand this. It's gonna sound like another planet. Like people talk to each other. They don't just do osmosis point their phones at each other and be like, I want to talk to you. Do you see my text? No, we speak to each other. No, we actually, hey, how you doing? We did that, and we still do, right? But I've lowered my meter on doing that in present times because most people so damn paranoid and think everybody out to get them and scary and be wondering why they ass single as a dollar bill and gonna stay that way. You know what I mean? So I just chill mostly. But if I see a woman that is just too freaking gorgeous, like she's gonna literally haunt me the whole time I'm in the store. Like if I turn another aisle and see her again, I'm gonna just like I have to say something to her. I have to. It's my duty, especially if I read everything that gets read. That again, none of this stuff means anything anymore. But look for the wedding ring. Damn, she ain't got no ring. Look for whatever else. Give it a minute before you just walk up on her, even though you just saw her and she's astonishing. Wait and see if that dude show up, because dude, as a dude, all right, I know if I'm with a lady, I ain't letting my fine woman stand by herself too long. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and women the same way. You know how it is, fellas. You want to find, there was a comedian made this joke. He said, you want to find your wife in a store? He said, just start wandering around and find the cutest woman you can in the store. Don't say nothing to her. Just be in her vicinity and watch your wife show up like, hey, what you doing? I'm doing nothing. I'm looking. I'm shopping. What the hell are you talking about? I don't remember who said it first. That was a comedian did that. That shit was funny as hell forever. That's an old joke, actually. I don't even remember when I heard that, but that was spot on, point blank truth. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Just wander around, get in the vicinity. Don't say nothing. Don't mess up now. If you live in that life, that's your thing. If that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the pocket. Whatever you choose, whatever plan, you stay on your path. But just get in the vicinity. Watch her show up. So I see this woman, right? I said, I mean, I literally did. I didn't even have time to not react the way I did. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I usually have a little time. They don't see me yet, and I'm glad, and and kind of just like most they are kind of bad, whatever, or real, whatever. It's just a matter of time. Just say, yeah, okay, she got a dude. Mainly because most women with somebody, if they really about that life, they're not looking. They're not gonna even notice when somebody's staring at them. They may feel it. They're not completely aloof. Don't think that. At least I hope they aren't. For their own safety out here in this crazy world. But most ladies I've learned they're like that. That ain't because they don't feel your eyes on them. They're just like they're completely. I'm just here to shop. That's it. And one or two things gonna happen, or both. They're gonna have some damn kids. You're gonna see the kids run up. You can be like, God damn, never mind. Some of y'all don't care, but I do, because that's always a deterrent, especially in now on a dating app. Somebody say they got kids, but they so damn fine. I'm just like, okay, how many and what's the situation? I might still ask some questions. We may still need an interview here, but depending on how fine you are, your fine level is going to determine everything. Sorry, ladies, that's how it is. I don't care what you think. That's how it is, and it's the same for us. Fellas, I don't care how many times she said, well, it wasn't about how he looks. I don't care about how a guy looks. It's how he treats. Yeah, of course it's how you. That shit is how you treat me. I don't give a damn how you look. You know, I might enjoy the eye candy just long enough to tolerate your BS because I'm looking at you like, damn. But then at a certain point, your crazy gonna be enough that I'm gonna be like, why did I ever do this and get the hell on? So the rule is the same across the board. We don't have to play that game of people talking all that other stuff. So anyway. So I noticed there's nobody with her. She's got on these like, you know, athletic, man, them things are lethal, man. Them gym tights. You know, ladies love to wear them tights now. Like that's a style statement. That ain't just nothing is just for what it's made for no more. And that's for all of us. We all wear stuff because we like the way it looks and it's just our flavor, you know. And they're comfortable. I get it. You know, there are many ladies in my life. I know why they wear them. They're comfortable, right? She's got the tall model type body. Now, I don't like my woman. She got to be shorter than me, but she is, and that's what threw me off. I was like, I'm looking at, I'm like, there's a quick scan, real. I'm like, she's short though. To me, she's short, but she's she's built like a damn like an Olympic runner. This woman literally looks like an Olympic runner. Do you hear me? She is that kind of fine, if you know what I'm saying. Where and I got all types of fine I like. Don't get it twisted, ladies. If you see this later and you thinking, oh, I had a crush on Joseph so long, and I ain't got the nerve to say something, but you should, okay? Because I have an Instagram, and all you gotta do is slide in the DMs, get out, me watching your live today. Shit, if I see your avatar, I'm like, damn, you were. I'm a holler because things do go down in the deal. If you 25 plus as hell and you sitting up there lying to yourself, no, you ain't that kind of thing. But you think you are. No, but you are. You are more than welcome, my dear ladies. All right, now anyway, so this woman is like I say, built like a runner. She's got them kind of legs. She's got that kind of shape. She is in shape. You hear me? Damn. Somebody says breaking up and freezing. Damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I know what it is. It's where I'm at right now. It's where I'm at. I'm sorry. Damn. Hold on. It's gonna come back. Let me know when it come back, because I don't want to give away too much of the story. It should be clear. You should be able to hear me. Let me know. Let me know. Somebody still talking about still frozen? Like, we kidding? Man, come on. No way. No way. Like the king said, like Charles, I never freeze. I never freeze. Still frozen. Impossible. I never freeze. Till I see a woman like the one in this story, and I'm like, can you see me now? Okay, you hear me now. Thank you. Golly, I had to go all the way through that whole little town to get a signal. But whatever, as long as you can hear me. My question to you was, subscribe first and foremost. Age range, where you at, ethnicity, please. I need to get the demographic who's really watching. It's always important. So let me know age range, where you at, ethnicity, gender. You know what I'm saying? Break it down, please. So back to my story, right? So I'm in the store. I see this lady, and I'm going through the aisles. I'm looking for something, and I'm checking my phone. Mostly, that's what it is. You're looking at the phone. You're looking for the item. You check it. Okay, this aisle, that number, it should be right up in. Oh my gosh, look at you. It was literally one of those, right? And I couldn't even catch my face quick enough to play it smooth, like I wasn't staring like that. Not that I care. I don't mind if a lady knows I'm looking at you like, yeah. Other than, like I said before, you don't know if she with somebody. You don't know if soon you getting googly eyes. She might be flattered and give you googly eye back, like, okay, thank you for the good look. I know what that means. But then her damn husband show up like, hey baby, you all right? Oh fuck. Like, don't need that, right? So I like to make the moments real quick because I don't know what's coming next. This is a tip for all my fellas out there. Don't play yourself, right? Okay, the question again was, they said I froze again. Damn, man, this damn signal is horrible. I just asked the basic question I always ask when anybody's talking in my chat. I said, how old are you, where you from, ethnicity, and gender? Break it down. I love to know that. It really does help me know my audience better and better. Anyway, back to the story. So the lady, she gave me a look back. Like she felt me looking at her. And we were like literally like, it was one of the moments where we locked eyes kind of thing. And I just kind of did a grin like, a pleasant grin like, aren't you something to see? And then she kind of did the same back, like kind of nervous, like, oh Lord, another one looking at me, but not in that pretentious. I know I get it all the time, but she knows she fine. Ain't a fine woman on the earth don't know they fine. But I'm saying she knows she pretty, she knows she gets noticed, but she also did it kind of like, like, okay, I don't mind this one looking at me. It was an energy of, okay, I see you too, but I'm gonna shop because I'm in here to shop, and I just kind of nodded, and she did a slight nod, and it was like nod at the same time as the, like, if you could slow down the tape, let's rewind the tape on it, referees. Okay, you can see the call on the play here. She did do a slight nod, but then she veered, which lets you know she just trying to mind her business and shop. So I went on back to my shit. Like, all right, that might be your first and only signal that the man is just late getting out the car coming in. So just, be easy. See, I got a real good radar. Y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about later. Some of y'all say, man, she ain't had no dude. Man, you would have been good. I would have hollered at shit. Yeah, right. Same motherfucker talking shit ain't never done nothing in their life. But anyway, shut up and listen to your Silver Fox Unc, man. Real one over here, okay? I'm telling y'all the real shit. So anyway, I gave it some time, as I've learned to always do it best. It also helps to show, well, let me tell you something. You run in, you also seem too aggressive. She just got in the store. That much I know. The area I was in was produce. It's right there when you walk in. She just walked. I was watching her walk in more or less. So it ain't like you gotta worry about, oh, she about to leave, man. I mean, we don't know how she made. I'm coming in to get one tomato and leave. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna be around for a minute. What's it say? YouTube doesn't let me say that. What? What? Damn. All I asked was, really they don't. That's different. I sure hope you grown. I hope that's not the issue if YouTube is there, because you're supposed to be grown up in here. This is a grown folk conversation. But anyway, because I done had folk in here before. They always, they drop their age. They let me know what city they from, what town, what country, whatever. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. Whatever you can do. It's all to the good. They say you would, man, I done had so many people drop their age, I can't even tell you. But if you say so, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just curious. Like I said, anybody chatting in my chat, I like to know. So I'm back to my story. So I went on, I'm still doing the order, whatever. And and the whole time I'm just wishing I see, because she was only in my area for a minute. And then she went on to a turn the aisle and went somewhere else. So I turn another aisle and I see her again. I said, oh my gosh, it's her. I said, but it was weird because it's like I'm behind her. She got these tights. Let me tell you something, fellas. Ladies know they always know they ass is being looked at. Period. You hear what I said? Okay. I don't care what they wearing. Even if it's not even form fitting. You ever watched a lady cross a parking lot and she got a jacket and she ties it around her waist, and then you thinking to yourself, it's not even hot, it's not even cold out here. It's not even whatever the temperature, if I even having that or doing that. It ain't about that. She's trying to keep folks from looking at her ass all the time. Even if a woman's on a beach, they bring a wrap because when they walk off even on the beach, sometimes they wrap it up when they walk around because they don't want everybody staring at their stuff. They just get tired of the look sometimes. And then sometimes you'll know when they want you to look because she may have had it on and then she gonna take it off, throw it down, and walk right past you like, oh damn. Well, what a view. Thank you. I mean, it's all kind of signals, man. It's all kind of signals. And I'm not saying these things are 100%. Nothing is. But 75 to 90% of the time, every damn thing I'm saying has been proven in my own life. I can't speak for what it would be for you because ain't nobody me but me. But I just know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I see her turning in the aisle, and I said, I don't want to follow. I don't want to look like I'm following her. Now I look like the stalker. I mean, I got my little look. She gave a little look back, but it was one, like I said, it was a veer off look, like flattered. But I'm just here to shop. It was all in the face. Ain't a word been spoken. It's distance between us. We weren't close, but it was an eye lock. It was a moment. It was a smirk. It was a smirk back. It was a nod. It was a kind of nod, and I gotta go. So now I ain't gonna come off like the creep. It's all chance at this point. Now it's prayers to the universe. All right. All right, respect, universe, bless. I'm like, universe, please, just let me see her one more time, and if it and set it up right so I can say something. This is what's going on, right? This is how it goes. I'm walking y'all through the process. Some of y'all need this. Y'all need coaching because y'all done forgot how to do it. Never knew, fuck, knew, but forgot shit. Some of y'all ain't never ever, right? So I said, I'm not turning down that aisle. And I technically needed to. It was something on that aisle in the order I needed. No, nope. You know, and I make these kind of strategic decisions all the time in doing these kind of orders. Sometimes I'm on an aisle. It's a family with kids. This happened in the same trip. Family with some kids. They right in front of what I need. The kids are putting shit off the shelf, dropping it on the floor, yelling and acting stupid like kids do. The parents trying to handle them, but they don't really care. I said, I'm gonna wait because if I say, excuse me, can I? They're not gonna move far because they're already tired, and they because they really rude. It's just they parent tired, and I'm an uncle, so I know how it feels to be that kind of tired. They're not gonna get out the way completely, and when you go bend down for the beans, one of them kids gonna smack you in the head, grab your hat, do something because they kids. So I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. All I had to wait was about 2 minutes. They were gone. Then I went on and got all the shit I needed. See, this is a lesson in life for where you got every situation. Is it time now? It's not time. Wait. Is it time again? No. Wait. Not now. Now do it. Somebody said I'm breaking up again. Hey, I can't help it at this point, y'all. I don't know what's going on. It's the freaking. It's where I'm at. It's where I'm at. That's all I can tell you. Just keep letting me know if you can hear me or something. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you're still here because you're still talking. So answer me this. This is my only one question. Are you over the age of what's an R-rated movie? 18. Are you at least 18? And I'm asking that just to know who be in my lives, because I done told little kids get off my lives before. And if you know you ain't that age, bye bye, because this ain't for you. Okay? Okay? I don't know why what YouTube need to do is stop letting kids look at grown folks' lives. We all push a button. I said, okay, wait. The question was, oh my God, I'm at one bar. Yeah, okay, bye bye. Bye bye. Oh my goodness. Tell your grown family about this channel and let them watch it. Okay? All right. Wow. And I ain't surprised, man. I know what it is. I mean, I do all types of content, and because I post like sneakers and toys, there's kind of this general. You get a mixed crowd with that. You're gonna get the kids that like toys because toys are first for kids. I will respectfully say that. But there's adults like me. We still collect toys forever. I ain't bought a lot of stuff in a while, but I used to, and I still have my collection, and I'm as proud of it as I ever was. And that's that. And so, us grown folks who, it ain't about grow up and stop doing childish things. I don't do childish any damn thing. I like to see these things. They are sculptures to me. And hell, if I do pull one off the shelf and bounce it across the table like I'm running it or something, that's my fucking prerogative. God damn it! Like, dude, 50 fucking years old. I ain't apologizing for nothing I love. Y'all kiss my ass. Nobody here. I'm just saying that's how. The next time somebody tests you and you grown and you collect toys or something, that's what you tell them. You tell them just like that, goddammit. But anyway, back to my story, right? I said, okay, it's either meant to be or it ain't that I have to at least introduce myself to this lady because she is freaking phenomenal. This is a beautiful woman. And there ain't too many women that look like this woman's look. She had this very exotic look that I loved, where I could tell she was either of two things. And she turned out to be exactly what I had in my mind. I said, she's either Southeast Asian of some array and mixture ethnically, or she could be Latina, but I'm not, I mean, because there are Latinas that look like this woman. But I said, she's probably, yeah, she's probably black and, as in, of direct African descent and Southeast Asian. And sure as shit, that's what she was, because here's how it went. So at this point, I'm just like starting to accept, okay, It was good you didn't follow her down that aisle and make it look weird when all you were doing was working, but it would have looked like you stalking her. No, we ain't playing them games. So I said, no. I messed around. I said, universe, answer my call. Sure as shit. I didn't even see her. She saw me. I'm waiting. I'm looking. I'm on the aisle, other side of the end of the store. She turns right on my aisle. I'm right on that corner. And she sees me. I feel her looking at me. I know, and I'm peripheral knowing that she see me. And I just played it off like I'm still looking at a package, making sure it's the right one, scanning stuff and stuff. And now I look over and watch her walk, and she gets to the area right next to me. I said, all right, this is it. Goddamn, I'm going in. Universe, let's go. Surround me with the goodness. Let's go. Right? And fellas, I don't care who they are. They talk all that shit, dudes be, man, I ain't, yo, it ain't about being scared, man. Every dude doesn't, nobody, no human being, no woman, no man, no anybody wants rejection. And you never know how it's gonna go. You never know what you're gonna get when you start an interaction with anybody. So, on the few first steps in, you get that little chill, like, all right, it ain't no more chill left. Now I'm in hunter mode. Once I get past that initial chill, oh, it's over. That's it. I don't give a damn. And it was funny because somebody was walking by. None of that mattered. Get the fuck out the way. It, shit. I pulled up smooth with my basket, and she knows she knew I was there. She had that peripheral reaching for something. She's holding it for a long time, like almost like she's trying to stall me out. Like maybe he won't say nothing. And I said, that didn't feel good because I thought, oh shit, there's already a little bit of she's not ready to be messed with. So I just said, "Excuse me, ma'am." Now, but hearing my voice and knowing the tone and how I said it, she just kind of turned. She's kind of pleasantly smirking. I said, "How you doing today?" She said, "I'm fine." And it's one of those, okay, let's get this over with. I know you coming to flirt, and I'm like, "Yes, I am." I said, "I'm gonna be real with you." I said, "I saw you over in, produce." I walked in, and I said to myself, that woman is gorgeous. And we don't get too many in this area that look like you. And she said, oh, thank you so much. I said, you're welcome. So now, okay, ice is broken. Compliment has been delivered, right? Now is the most important question, because I ain't wasting no time to say it. All this was flowing real smooth. This happened a lot faster than it sounds, right? It's like, because you're beautiful. So I just wanted to know, like, are you single? And she's like, no, I'm not. I said, somebody's a smart person. I said it just like that. I said somebody's smart. She kind of looked like, yeah, he or she or whatever the situation is. I kind of left that vague on purpose. I wanted to hear her drop a pronoun like, yes, he is. I would have been like, good man, respect, brother. You goddamn respect, because woo, look at you. I ain't saying all of that. I just said, well, somebody's a smart man. I don't even think I said man. I just said, well, somebody's smart. That's what I said. I said somebody's smart. And she just kind of smirked, like, thank you. Like, that's a compliment, too. And I said, yeah. So, she said, I said, so I'm just curious, though. I said, well, what's your people's? And she started talking about, I said, where you from? She said, oh, and she started talking about, I think somewhere out west or something. And I said, no, I mean your ethnicity. And she said, well, I am black and I am Filipina. I said, there it is. I said, yeah, yeah. I knew it was Southeast Asia. I literally, that's the first thing I thought. And she was cocoa brown too. And I'm talking about perfect, even chocolate. Not dark chocolate, but like milk chocolate brown. Beautiful, gorgeous woman. Absolutely stunning. I just said, yo, this lady here. And so I said, well, it was nice meeting you. I said, what's your name? She gave me her name. I said, well, I'm not, I'm Joseph. She said, and I ain't even reached her, for her hand. You told me you're single. I ain't trying to touch you. I mean, you said you're not single. You said you got a man. So I ain't, but she didn't say man or nothing. She just said she got somebody. So I wasn't trying to touch nobody. I played it real smooth. She said, well, I'll probably see you around. She said, you live around here? I said, damn, see, this was the part. She said, you live around here? I said, no. She said, where are you from? I said, I'm from Atlanta. I said, but I live out here now, in the metro area. It's all metro. She said, yeah, well, maybe I'll see you around. I said, yeah, like, so she did, now you done left the door open. We're going to talk about that next. Hold on. Look at this little cat. Righty, back. We back. Back in, go tell a friend. Let's see. Let's hope it comes back full signal. I don't have to worry about the drop offs as much on the way back. I know it's gonna mess up on me at certain points, but at least where I'm at right now, hopefully it's acting appropriately. So to finish my story, right? The best thing about that moment was she handled herself as I would expect a grown ass woman to do. She grown ass woman, you know what I mean? Once I got her, face to face with her, she had on some makeup, but it was well placed. Like she had on foundation, but it's crazy. She knows her color. I love when a woman does not use if you're gonna do it at all. I don't really like foundation on a woman. I don't need all that, but I respect it for women doing what they're gonna do to look a certain way, whatever, under certain circumstances. Being in the film biz, I always say that stuff is for lighting on films and shows and taking professional pictures. If you're not doing all that, which for all I know, she could have been, she looked like a model. She could have been coming from that, you know what I mean? And just had on what was left or whatever. But she looked great. She looked great. But she had, nothing else. It was like no heavy lipstick, just natural tone. I was like, oh God, this woman's so beautiful. Hair was off the chain. It's real, okay? Real long jet black silky hair, not no weave, no, real. And it was wavy naturally and just, just yeah. Ah, ah, oh. I always say one of my wives, if I'm blessed to live that kind of life, one of my wives is in Southeast Asia. I already know that. That's a guarantee. Just some of the most gorgeous women on the planet. Period. Filipinas, Thai, shit, man. Not good. Bring it on back over to South Asia. The Indian. I love y'all. My Desi girls, y'all know. Ooh, love me some Indian women. You know. So like all of that look, and she could be that too with her complexion, and I mean they have every complexion in India, but for the ones that are more brown with that type of hair, she looked like that too. So she could be any of those groups. Like she was just that lady, one of my favorite archetypes. And I got many. A lot of women would be offended. I'll never look like that. But I guess I'm not your type. I don't have a type. Did you hear what I said? I don't have a type. I have types. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? From the darkest of melanin to the creamy. It don't matter to me. It's more about you. It's just your look, your essence. It could be a shell. I'll be like, you're gorgeous, but you're crazy. Bye bye. But if you gorgeous and you know how to conduct yourself, and that was the thing about this lady. She knew she was being sweated. She knew I was going to approach her. She was totally confident and calm, ready for whatever. She did not react in a very, I was a gentleman, so she was nothing but the lady she is. She just made it very clear, yeah, I've got somebody. And the way I handle my business, like respect. They got that. They did that. Shit, they pulled you, respect. And I mean every word of that. Because if it were me sitting at home hoping she's okay while she's at the grocery store, I would like to know that knowing there's dudes hollering at her everywhere she go, she's always letting them know, I got somebody, I'm good. But I'm gonna say something too. And there's a lesson. I'm not saying she did anything wrong. Even what she gave me was still just fine. Cause I handle mine the way you're supposed to handle it. When she had that last bit, it was not ladies. If you in something and you know you in it and that's how you roll, you on, if you're practicing monogamy, that's the other part. Because nowadays, and I've had other conversations about this. Y'all know I've talked about this. Maybe not enough for y'all to know it's something I am respectful of more and more. I'll put it like that. But ethical non-monogamy, what does that mean? Ethical is the key word. Ethics means you are caring about other people's feelings, life, existence, safety, health, everything in the equation if you're going to get involved with anything in anybody's life. You care about the world. You care about, that's ethical. That's ethics, right? So you're not starting anything with the intent of disaster. You only move in places that are even if somebody tells you they're ethnically non-monogamous, which you see more and more on dating apps nowadays. I swear, every 20 profiles you're gonna do one, and they used to put me off a lot. But and they still do. I've never been like, okay, let's talk about this. You know, I tell you that, I can't say never. I have actually been curious, but that's it. I wasn't with no real intent, and nothing ever came of it. Like I wrote somebody who said that they on that, just to like, how does this work? I wanted to know, and they wrote me back. And it's like, okay, cool. Maybe that was a good thing because I'm messed with that person, right? She was not one of my ones because I do believe in ones of ones, the ones of ones. Like I don't believe in the one. I used to. Then I went through divorce and tons of dating and all kind of life changes to realize there's just too many options in this world when we have all this technology that puts the whole world in our hands, and you could be one place one week and another day. And I'm not saying this. I mean, it depends on how you want to live. If you want to live, and if you're in a state, you might even want to live monogamous and be on one relationship at some point in life. But if you know you're not ready for that, for various reasons, it could be financial, it could be spirituality. You can't find somebody who aligns with how you think about that. It could be the factor of so many women having kids already when you meet them. Boy, everything I'm saying is on my list of yay and nay, depending on the situation. Depending on the situation, right? But like I've just learned, yo, you got to get people who are mature. And the thing I liked about how this lady responded, she was every bit of how she responded was so mature. It was never like get away from me. If she, she her her second reply, her verbal reply to me was equal to her visual look at me. When we met eyes, the energy she gave me when I spoke to her matched that. It was like, okay, it's you, the one I looked at, and I gave you a look too. Without us, we ain't got to talk about that. You know, and I know. I did give a look, and you got to look back. Your look didn't say "come and get it, I'm available." It just said I acknowledge and I'm flattered. You're looking at me, and you think I'm pretty. Thank you. Without a word being said, it was said. Okay, but that means nothing until words are spoken. And when I spoke, and she could hear me, and she felt my energy, she's like, okay, this guy's cool. I'll talk with him a little bit. She was not putting a rush on the moment. She wasn't trying to, oh, no, I got a man, leave me alone, please. I'm just trying to shop. Damn. It was none of that. None of that. It was very, you have the floor, sir. What do you have to say to me? It was totally just like that. And that's the other thing. I was like, this lady is used to presenting. She's either worked in corporate. If she doesn't anymore, she's a model of some sort. She's done that. So she's used to being on camera in front of audiences. She's not scared to be approached. She's always getting approached. It's nothing new. But if the man comes correct, she will give them the time of day. And I got that. So thank you, whoever you were. You are beautiful. Lord. And yeah, I tell you, I did get her name, but I ain't about to say nobody's name. Respect. You understand? No, we don't do that. Hell no. Mm-mm. Never know. We don't play them games. But this woman was just astonishingly beautiful. Like I said, she was aware of herself. She knew it. She knew what she was working with. She's working it well. But that last little part, still, like I said, is the one part. I'm not gonna say. I'm happy she said it because to me it said, "I'm not married." That's what that said. That last part to me said, "Not married, but yes, in something." Or even if I'll just leave it at that. Because if you're really serious about that monogamous thing, serious, lockdown, it's over. I'm with one person for the rest of my life. That's it. You don't get people who are in. They don't get no ends. They get an answer and that's it. And a pleasant goodbye. Nice meeting you. Very, very formal. So formal it feels like a job interview. And you just leave. Like, all right, well, she was nice about it. I'm not as nervous anymore. Thank you, Miss Pretty Lady. It feels like that. And that's how I felt until she said that last part. That last little part, I was like, I'm glad I am the man I am, because another one would have been like, well, shit, he ain't got to know if you saying you might want to see me again, some old shiesty mofo who used to, would have tried her more. I'm like, no, what I got was what she said. She was like, well, I might see you if you're living here. I might see you around. Damn, that says I wouldn't be mad if I saw you again. That's what that said to me. That's what that said to me. That I don't know. That's what that said to me, y'all. That said, hey, I might see you again, and I wouldn't be mad if I did. I was like, oh, well, you would make my day if I saw you again. You know, and if you ain't with him when I see you or whoever it is, like I said, I don't know the situation here. I don't know. I don't know, especially nowadays. Folks got so much going on. Shit, you can see her walking. And she got a big ass dog with her. And you be like, hey, how you doing again? I remember you from the grocery store. And she be like, well, I remember when I told you I was in a thing? Yeah, yeah, this is my mate, right? You're what? You don't do things with the dog, no, but that's my husband. There's women doing this. I married my dog. Oh, okay. Do you want a man? Because the dog seems to like me. Because most do. If the dog starts barking, then I'm done. Damn, I know that this ain't gonna work. Oh my gosh, have mercy. And if you ever do meet a lady's got a dog, you got to get good with the dog, right? You know that, right? Any pet, cat, let them come to you. If they snip on you and rub all up on you and like you, oh, you just, yeah, man, that's that right there, boy. I'm trying to tell you, it opened doors you ain't never seen before. It opens some doors, some portals. You feel me? Okay. But no, it's like, yeah, this woman was just, I can still see her face. Like, freaking frack, this woman was gorgeous. Damn. Somebody again, maybe somewhere. I said, well, yeah, maybe. You have a wonderful day, you too. And voice was all sultry and sexy naturally and soft spoken. Oh, oh, I'm all in, y'all. I'm all in. I swear I'm all in. Yo, so that leads me to my next topic. That leads me right to my next topic. That's probably ain't gonna get heard because I'm going through this area where all these damn breakups happen with the signal. But we're gonna try. I'm still say what I got to say. You know, I've been thinking about. It's nothing new what I'm about to say. It's something I've always toiled with. And I say, people talk that stuff about attraction, visual. That's not so important. Bullshit. I can't say bullshit hard enough. Let me tell you something. If you meet somebody so beautiful that the kind of people when people say, and I don't like these phrases, but this is what kind of mess some people say. It's like, oh, she's out of your league or he's out of your league, ladies. When you're out of someone's league. I've dated women who I was out of their league, and they knew it. But as a man, you can't say that. As a woman, it'd be best if they don't say that. But some women's ego, they'll let you know real in certain ways without even saying the words that I'm out of your league, but I really like your energy and you make me laugh. And it's usually the laugh thing. Yeah, anytime I see or it's the money or the laugh. Now I ain't never been rich yet. I'm gonna be before my time is up. And what rich is to me is not what most people call rich. Rich to most people is, you know, even in a fucked up economic system like what we deal with, you slick enough, savvy enough, business minded enough, scammy enough, trifling, illegal enough, because that's how most of these motherfuckers be getting it in front like they didn't have nothing to do with that. Whether it came through family drama and mess and passed down. If your family benefited from the slave trade, damn it, I'm talking about that shit. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I ain't saying you ever did it, but if you still if you in denial that you benefited from it, you're part of the problem because you're not being realistic or honest about the way money in this country has been developed in these 250 years, while many of us are still just surviving. And new ones, welcome to the party. We've been over here telling y'all what was coming. If you supported this nonsense, y'all didn't listen. Now you're crying. Whatever. It's gonna break up, and it's probably for the best for a lot of these struggles I have, because I know when I go here and all this kind of stuff, it get me put under the radar any damn way. But I'm gonna say this, y'all. I think that maybe I ought to make that up. I make this a video. Fuck it. I'm gonna get off live and make this a video. It'll be a short. Y'all can see it later. Enjoy, cause I'm going through this town. Y'all ain't gonna have no good signal in here. Bye.